Right, well, it's a pleasure for my final interview for Bloodstock 2017. I've been joined by Danny from Criminal.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Final interview. That seems like an honour. It's like I feel like there's a prize somewhere
Oh,
involved
yeah,
in that.
okay, yeah, we'll sort that out. So, you played, when was it, a little earlier today?
Yeah, about an hour and a bit ago.
Yeah, not that long ago
No.
then. So, obvious question out of the way first, but how did the set go from your perspective?
Really good. Really good. I mean, we're up against my boys in Skin Dread on the main stage at the same time, so that's always a struggle. But we had a few good people in. We had a decent crowd, and they were really up for it. You could tell they were into it, so that's always a good
Well,
thing.
I noticed that beforehand. It seemed like a hell of a lot of people were looking forward to seeing Criminal.
Yeah.
So, and again, festival scenario, you're always going to get clashes.
Of course you are.
It's out of your control completely.
I just wanted to go and see Benji and the boys, that's all.
Give it an helicopter.
Yeah, do the Newport helicopter.
Yeah. Does a festival slot give you less pressure, more pressure, or is it much the same? Or?
I think if there's anything that's more pressure, it might be trying to pick a set list. Because obviously when you're doing a headline show, you've got some of the shows we do in South America are really long. So we do like an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 45. But when you're told you got 40 minutes, you're like, oh, okay. How do you cherry pick? And I think what we started doing, and like today was an example, because at a festival you're probably going to get seen by a few people who haven't seen you before. Is normal. So what we try to do is we'll pick something off each album, or try to pick a bit of a spread across we've got 22 years worth of stuff. So you think the pressure is probably more trying to pick something that shows a good example of everything we've done.
Sort of era.
Yeah, in a quarter of a century.
Does the track length come into it? Do you go short, punchy, or to get as many in as you can?
That's my choice, definitely. I mean, I'm always, if I was writing a set list, it would be like 22-minute songs and just hammer away. But yeah, we tried to just put a bit of everything in. Today, I suppose if you've only got a short slot, that you don't want to do too many slow ones. Yeah, I mean the slow groovy ones are good. I think we put one or two in today, but you think it's that kind of go out there, repeatedly smash them in the face and then leave kind of thing.
Kill and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Criminal, in general, I mean, you're pretty famous for putting on a killer live show, but taking you back, do you remember the first live shows?
Well, I've been in the band for about 12 years now, so
still going.
yeah. So, and my first show with the band was actually supporting Lamb of God. That was my first gig, and that was pretty cool. It was a trial by fire, but I've known the guys for a lot longer. So actually, when I first joined the band, when I first met the band, I used to just go and hang out. They were friends of mine, and then I noticed one day that they said they were looking for a bass player, and I messaged Anton, the singer, and I said, I mean, I'm a guitarist normally, and I said, well, look, I know the songs. If you come unstuck, I know the songs already. I'll jump on bass. I'll help you out. Yeah. So I said I'd do one show. It's about 12 years ago. Because what happens is you go, all right, I'm going to do this one show, and then you get a call back, and it's like, yeah, it's cool. Have you ever been to South America? No. Well, I'll do those ones. And then it's like, oh, okay. Have you ever? We got an offer to support Megadeth. I'm like, oh, I'm in the band. I'll just stay.
Where do I sign?
There's no point me pretending. I'm there now.
Touching on Fear itself, that's been out since last year.
Yeah.
So, I know you're coming to the end of sort of touring that album.
Yeah, pretty much the end of the cycle.
Yeah, but how long was that in? The idea to the finished product?
I think in many ways it came together quicker than any of the other albums. There was probably quite a big gap between albums. Yeah. But Anton plays in Lock Up and Brew Korea. I play in a few other bands as well, and I also produce. I run a studio. So it was more like logistics of getting us all together to do it. But as far as actually putting the album together, it came together really fast. And I think what we've started doing is maybe worrying less about what you think people would want. I think when you when you're sort of a few years ago, you can worry too much about, oh, maybe this album should have a bit more of this, or maybe people expect a bit more of this. And nowadays it's like, what would I want to hear? Like, if it was my favourite album, what would I put on it? And so now we kind of, you're writing just from the heart and for yourself. And if people love it, that's great. So it came together pretty fast.
That's an excellent way to approach it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You'll always slip up if you're worrying too much about trying to please people. But if you make it the best album that it could be for you, then people will dig it. Like, people will be into it, I think.
And at the end, I mean, it's your art, it's your project.
Exactly. And we did some stuff on this album that we haven't really done before. Like, there's a lot of like little samples and interludes and stuff, just because we found other bits and pieces that told the story a little bit. And I mean, as always, a lot of us, that's very political, and the way the world is now, that's becoming more and more evident. But yeah, so it's cool, but it comes together quick. And as much as it's a bit different in one way, it's criminal. And so we always joke, actually, that if we had a title for the next album, it would be more of the same but a little bit different. Because even if you try, you can't escape the fact that we have this sound that's been there for 20 something years, and that's the way Anton writes. Well, he picks up a guitar and it sounds like Criminal as soon as it comes out, so that's always good.
I doubt whether you'll ever slow down or, start writing ballads immediately.
Never.
But what motivates you to keep going at such a high-paced level, a full-on level? It's not been funny, but years go on. We all mellow.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think it's an aggressive outlet as well for you personally. Like, when you're playing it, I mean, we're all pretty relaxed, chilled out guys, and on stage you might not get that from looking at us, but maybe if we didn't do that and let it all out there, maybe we'd be more angry in our daily life. So I think,
full of broken chairs.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's just good to have that release and that energy. So we're not slowing down anytime soon, ever.
I always say there's huge ties with the South American scene and everything.
Yeah.
And it's still now, isn't it? It's a pretty mental scene now.
It's crazy, yeah.
Across the whole continent.
Yeah.
How, for you, when you first played there, was it a bit of a culture shock, or was it?
No, not really, other than the fact that the crowds just go crazy. I mean, just like the craziest mosh pits you've ever seen. People love it, and it's really, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, when you come to something like Bloodstock, you're really spoiled, because these people are here, they love metal, they love the music. Sometimes if you're doing a tour and just playing lots of towns, you don't quite get that vibe from everyone, like England. Some people are a bit reserved. You maybe have 70% of the crowd really into it and 30% kind of just nodding their head at the back. Which is fine, that's cool. We all do it. Yeah. But in South America, I feel like people don't hold back so much. I think there's less inhibitions, and people just go, I'm going out tonight, I'm going to go and get crazy, I'm going to go nuts. Yeah. And I really like that.
Yeah. I noticed that with, say, Criminal on one end of the spectrum, and then I was watching AC/DC live at River Plate a few weeks ago, and getting on, their pace slowed down. But even that, I mean, the crowd was just painful.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah. And there's like, even, I think Anthrax did a live DVD in one of the venues we always play in Chile. And there's one bit, there's like guys letting off flares in the crowd and slams. But that's what you love about it. If it changed and it became really sterile, it just wouldn't be Chile. It wouldn't be the same.
Yeah. So touching on the future now, then, have you a time scale in mind with new material and stuff like that?
Not really, but I think we're all in agreement we'd like to get it going quick, because Anton plays in other bands and I play in other bands, sometimes the gaps between albums are a bit longer than we'd like, really, and I really feel like we've got a lot to say that means we'd like to get the next one rolling pretty fast. And other than that, we don't get to play England very often. I'd like to do more in the UK. and we're going back down to South America at the end of this year. Got Colombia, Chile, Argentina. So probably while we're doing that South American run, I imagine we'll start really at least putting sort of rough dates in the diary, like let's get together and write here, let's get together and work out, because we all live in different countries as well, so it takes a little bit more planning because we're all.
But at least then you've got a structure to
absolutely
aim for.
And the great thing nowadays as well is like if you write riffs, I mean the technology can help and hinder, but I can write a load of riffs and I just email an MP3 and then like I could send it to our lead guitarist Sergio, and 3 hours later I could get a demo back and he's already put solos on it. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we all harp on about the downside of the interweb net.
I mean, it would be
as well,
it would be nice if people paid for records.
I know. The amount of bands that have said that to me over this weekend. You know, we make no money from CDs. It's all about the live shows.
Absolutely, yeah, and it is hard. I mean, I'm not gonna like Lars Ulrich Napster it, but it does make it difficult, especially when you've got a torrent site. Like you could go on a torrent site and your new album's being downloaded by 200,000 people, and you think, when you say to a band, why don't you tour, why don't you do this, why don't you come to our country, if those 200,000 people paid £1 each, we'd be in your country every year, you know. And it's, I don't quite know what the answer is really.
Absolutely. In some ways you just can't see it changing.
Exactly. And the thing is as well, I don't think it's as bad as people make out, because people aren't buying records in the shops, they aren't buying CDs in the shops. We'll sell out boxes and boxes of them on tour, so people do buy the CDs.
The appetite is there.
Yeah.
It's just tapping into it, isn't it?
But also, it's tapping into it, but where is there to buy them from? I mean, how many record stores are in your town? That doesn't make it easier. Although we're seeing this resurgence in vinyl as well. I mean, Anton and I both play in a band called Pentagram together as well, from Chile. And the last tour I did with Pentagram, we sold probably 4 vinyl to every CD. I mean, just nuts. And it's three times the price. So people don't mind paying for it if they have access to it.
But it's a quality product.
Yeah, but it would be nice if the hundreds of thousands downloaded it. They paid 50p each, we'd be laughing. We'd tour, and we're the kind of band that we'll just chuck everything back in as well.
Exactly.
So we'd be touring all over all the
It's
time.
not like you'd be putting it into your yacht or anything.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a hot tub in the back of the tour bus or something. That was a joke for Colin from Devilment, by the way.
Well, brilliant. Well, just to wrap up, I mean, for people listening, check out and stalk the band on social media and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook. We're rubbish and we're not the most active, but when we've got but when we've got stuff to say and when we've got stuff coming up and we've got shows coming up, we make sure that you can at least find out about that. But we're not one of those bands that keeps posting like, oh, today I had dinner, you know. Check out how metal my dinner was. There's like, we don't want to flood someone's face. There's nothing worse than those Facebook pages you follow where your whole news feed is the same crap. So we're just like, look, we're here. We're not going anywhere. We've got some shows coming up.
Best way. Well, thanks ever so much for your time, and all the best with South America.
Excellent.
And we'll hopefully see you in the UK soon.
Great, thank you.